This program is for educational and entertainment purposes only. For legal advice, consult an attorney. Layman's terms, if you get hemmed up by the popo, don't tell them Jesse said you'd get away with it. That's ignorant, and you should be ashamed of yourself. When are police required to read your Miranda rights? And if they don't read your rights when you're arrested, will the judge dismiss your charges solely based on that? Stop believing everything you see on TV. I have heard countless arguments from folks saying the judge has to dismiss their case because the officer failed to read their Miranda rights. Do yourself a favor and do not present this as an argument. The only thing you will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt is that you know nothing about the law and you spend way too much time in front of the television. I was sitting on the couch the other day eating popcorn and watching what I thought to be a good movie called Madea Goes to Jail. Well, actually it is a good movie, but one part made me so mad I about choked on a kernel. Now, I know movies will be movies, but I also know that it makes my job harder when people see this stuff, believes it to be gospel, then leaves me to have to explain it over and over again. It's tiresome. Anyways, Madea goes in front of a judge who threatens to put her in jail. Madea's attorney speaks up and says,
"Apparently, Your Honor, our officers forgot to Mirandize her."
Now, I laugh because I know the judge is going to eat her lunch for even suggesting this. However...
Excuse me?
We were fighting for our lives, Your Honor.
You forgot to Mirandize her?
That old woman got the strength of any man.
I've got to let you go.
Yeah, according to this movie, Madea assaults officers and gets away with it solely because they didn't read her Miranda rights. In reality, this is just not true. Teaching people about case law is the exact opposite of entertainment, so allow me to touch on the basics and give you sources you can read yourself. The warning itself came from a 1966 Supreme Court case, Miranda versus Arizona. The court held that a suspect must know his right not to self-incriminate and the right to counsel before his or her statement is admissible in court. Good grief, I told you this was boring. Look, the answer to the above questions are this. Miranda rights have nothing to do with the arrest itself, only the statements that are made from questioning afterwards. Here's an example. You're drunk, so you're swerving down the road like it's full of potholes and squirrels. An officer pulls you over, and during the conversation, the officer smells alcohol on your breath, and you're slurring your speech like you've got a mouthful of sour gummies. After the investigation, the officer arrests you for DUI. Okay, that's done. Now, let's say the officer asks you how much you've had to drink, and you respond enough to kill a small packer. If he didn't give you a Miranda warning, that statement is not allowed in court. The DUI case, however, will still be presented. Does this make sense? Okay, here's another example. An officer walks in, sees a dead man in the floor, and you holding a bloody knife above him. The officer arrests you and takes you to the police station. While there, he asks you how many times you stabbed dude, and you respond you lost count after 74. Okay, that's done. You go to jail. If the officer failed to read your Miranda rights, you're still getting charged. However, that statement you made will not be included in court proceedings. That's it. I hope this helped. If you would like more videos on this or have any questions, comment below. Now go act like you got some sense.